When you think about stories in terms of ownership, I suppose the largest category would be all the unowned stories which have just been around forever. Um, the mythologies, the religious narratives, the content of the Bible. It's full of stories which all Christians know and would like other people to know. The Quran, the Buddhist stories. And in a way, the unownership of these is a way of saying they not only belong to everybody, but they speak to everybody's sense of what it is to be a human being. And you would not be as full a human being if you didn't have access to this level of narrative that begins to explain for you why you're alive, the meaning of death, the meaning of love, the meaning of suffering. It's an odd thing, actually, if you think about human history. Let's say we've been around for tens of thousands of years, that suddenly in the last 200 years you begin to get individuals who claim to be the authors of this particular story. I mean, they are, and I'm not saying this is not true, but it's historically anomalous. And then you have the odd thing that some of these stories become widely understood as, oh, this is the story that matters to us. So Dickens in England is, all the young children know the Dickens stories. And so how nice that they're in the public domain. But then you get into this odd thing in the United States, for example. When I grew up in the 1950s, the Mickey Mouse Club was on television and we sang these songs. Well, now I'm inside a story that somebody actually owns, and a commercial entity owns it. I probably never noticed this, but in fact people do. There are boundaries to this, so that the Disney Corporation, for example, has sued nursery schools which put pictures of Mickey Mouse up on the walls because they own the images. I mean, I think for the bulk of human history, stories have been gifts owned in common by everybody, and when they circulate as such, they have a kind of authority and community forming force that that the individualist story can't have.